In this short presentation, we're excited to share where we believe God is taking us in the future of the Fairway House, the Bucks chapter at Purdue, and want to share that information with friends, alumni, parents, current members, and also invite you to participate in whatever that looks like for you, whether it's through giving or praying for the future of where we're going as an organization. And we have some really exciting and big announcements that we want to share in this content. So to look back, before we get into kind of where we're going, we want to look back at where we've been. And the Fairway House has been operating at the Purdue campus for 70 years, and there's been hundreds and hundreds of men that have been positively impacted personally, their families, and the kingdom of God by the organization as a whole. And that is still very much true today. In 2017, we made the decision to partner and merge with a national fraternity called Beta Upsilon Chi out of Texas that really has helped us really amp up the programming that's available to students, both the leadership training, the resourcing beyond just the Purdue campus, the opportunity to do mission trips and other things. And that organization together, the Purdue House and the Purdue organization are truly stronger than ever. And that kind of leads us to where we're going in the future. And this is a quick timeline of, if you're watching this, you may have been a part of different parts of this timeline. And really want to talk through, this is the biggest announcement and biggest kind of change that we've had in really 20 years since the house was built in 2003 that we're currently in. And Fairway's history has been about continually growing, evolving, changing with the needs. And that happened in 2017 with us joining Bucks as being a part of that. And today we're really excited to announce that we feel like God is calling us to expand the physical property at the Purdue campus and significantly grow the capacity of members that can live within the house at 1320 David Ross Road to 120 plus members. And before we get into, I want to show some of the details. We want to share some of those. We want to share briefly just why we're expanding the physical property, why we're opening up more capacity, and give some insight into that. And so first and foremost, the demand has increased dramatically for not only the Fairway and Bucks, but also at Purdue. The male undergrad population has increased 50% at the West Lafayette campus since the house was built in 2003. So simply put, there are just a lot more young men, a lot more Christian young men that are on campus and looking to be a part of a community that they can grow in. And so by doing this expansion, and we'll get into the details, first and foremost, it's going to have an impact on every one of those men that are able to be a part of it, able to live in the house that couldn't otherwise if we didn't expand. Experiences like I had, like you've had likely when it comes to the transformative nature of what Fairway and or Bucks has meant to you. This will also include some improvements to the actual facility so that it can continue to be updated and improved. And then also increase our ability to impact campus. If you're not watching social media or close to the current Bucks chapter, the Bucks house at Fairway is today one of the most prominent places for Purdue to host dry events. They do weekly devos. There's a real campus ministry that's happening that goes beyond just the men that live there, but really impacts campus as a whole and providing alternative entertainment that is positive and life-giving, but also true discipleship and biblical foundation. So we believe that we're going to meet the demand, impact guys, improve the facilities, and ultimately make an impact on the campus as a whole. So with that, want to kind of share a little bit details about the project. So this expansion to the current facility will encompass 30,000 square feet expansion, about double the size of the house, and increase the capacity from 60 to about 120 members. We'll walk through some of the details here, but just from a timeline perspective, we've thought about doing this for years, kind of in the background, but really last fall, in the fall of 2024, started thinking really seriously about what could this look like, began discussions, prayer, and some detailed planning on what that would mean. And then August last month, we finalized all the construction details. They were approved, and all the financing was approved. And then this month, in September of 2025, there's a groundbreaking and construction will officially begin on the new property. And so we'll invite you to that. We'll share more information about that event coming up. And then the goal is by next fall of 2026, it will be move-in ready for students as they come back to the organization, and we'll do a ribbon cutting at homecoming with the completed facility in the fall of 26. So with that, I want to share some details and visuals of what this project will look like with Purdue Bucks at the Fairway House. As you'll see on this screen, the right side of the image is really the current structure, and everything in the middle and the left side is really the new structure. So instead of it being kind of a straight line, it's really going to wrap around that area and go into the hill, if you're familiar with what that looks like. And we'll include everything it has today, but things will move around a little bit, as you can see here in this visual. To give you some different visuals, we're going to be expanding parking to meet code and do that. And this, on the left-hand image here, the dark red is all basically new area. So you can kind of see all the details that are going into this. And then in the right image, you can see here the different areas of the basement floor. And so everything in kind of the orange color in the middle and upper part is all net new space. So you can see it's truly almost doubling the current space and capacity. And that new area on the basement floor will include a rec room, some virtual meetings and conference spaces that the guys desperately need in today's digital world. And we'll also include a really large chapter room on the end that can not only be a place for the guys to gather for their chapter meetings, but also be a place to host devotionals, campus events, parties and different things, and to do that. And so a significant expansion. Most of the footprint of the main floor will remain the same that was already there, but the addition will bring some additional capacity that is desperately needed to the facility. So with that, kind of zooming up and showing a couple other visuals, the living floors where the CADs and also the study rooms are is going to look relatively the same as it does today. There's just going to be more of them. And so the first and second living floors will really just have more study rooms, an additional bathroom, an additional sleeping area, and that will be both floors there. So that will look similar to what it does today, but we'll just significantly expand on both of those floors to increase the additional capacity. With this project, the total cost of the project that we have financed is around $5 million. And our goal as an organization is over the next 12 months, we have a goal to raise 10% of the project cost at $500,000 from alumni, friends, family, and really to help fund the project and really help more men experience what so many of us have experienced at Purdue. And so to talk in detail a little bit about the giving opportunities, any amount would be helpful. We're really asking that everybody who's been positively impacted by Fairway and or Bucks consider giving at least something to the organization as we journey into this next phase. We are planning to do different levels of giving that produce different opportunities. To have naming opportunities or a name on a plaque is just a special recognition and thank you for doing that. To specifically show some of the naming opportunities on the basement floor, we're going to create the opportunities for families to have a little plaque outside any of the rooms that are donated and say donation by the Johnson family. It's just a little recognition there. So if you are interested in donating and interested in these specific amounts, we've got a lot of opportunities from the largest being $100,000 for the chapter room to some of the smaller rooms like the virtual rooms at $10,000. And so we'd love for some alumni to partner with us in these larger donations. And we'd like to acknowledge that by just having a family kind of plaque outside of the room that we can recognize you for that donation that we have. So donations can obviously be made anonymously as well, but wanted to share some visuals on what we're looking and happy to take questions if there's alternative desires and how giving could occur here. So we'll share more information kind of about this. We have multiple ways that people can give and contribute and be a part of this. One-time donations are great. You can also support monthly with a small monthly gift to the house that are there. And all of that can be done through Purdue directly. So we have set up a giving account with Purdue. You can scan this QR code or follow the instructions on the right-hand side. And 100% of anything that's given through this Purdue Giving lane will go directly towards the build. It will not be used for events, anything currently ongoing activities. It will be directly given to the build of this project and create more space and make it more affordable for every young man who's a part of it going forward. And so let us know if you have any questions on that and how to give. I've included our contact information of the three men who currently serve on the Fairway Alumni Board. Our cell phones, email addresses are there as well. My name is Zach. Any donations, giving, fundraising, I'm happy to field those questions, and I'm leading that effort for our team. Greg Napier is really leading the building construction and facility details. So if you have any questions on the facility or any of that, Greg would be a great resource for that and would be happy to answer any questions. And then also Tim Johnson manages all of our alumni events and activities. So if you want to get back on campus, you're interested in the events that are coming up, reach out to Tim and he can direct you and make sure that you're engaged. So thank you for being a part of our organization in the past and making an impact. We are here today because of the shoulders of everyone that came before us, and we're really excited about where God is calling us to and hope that you're a part of it.